Soundiron's been a really great partner and supporter of the channel. The Hyperion Strings solo violins. This runs in the free contact player. You've got 2 violins with different articulations. My nano controller is on. I use this a lot for key switches. A lot of times they will put the key switches beyond the normal range of an 88 note keyboard. And so I love using the nano key to extend that down, and I can just use this for my key switches. So I'm going to have that here just in case. So let's go ahead and just pull up Hyperion solo strings and see it comes in this their Hyperion player here. You've got first violin, second violin. You've got phrases for either. I'm going to load the first violin main patch here. I want to show the keyboard so you can see the key switches. And the first thing I thought of was that, man, this sounds really kind of rough, but it's just so close. The mic is so close. You get all of that stuff. You get all of that gritty stuff going on. So that's the sustains. And let's see what if we can get the key switches going down here. So I'm going to bounce the octaves down to right about there. And there we go. The fast, tremolos, and the mod wheel just adjust that dynamic range. Staccato soft and loud. And you've got these key switches. And pizzicato. Really nice, really nice. And you've got 2 levels of pizzicato. You've got the soft pizzicato and a little louder, little more aggressive. So you can switch back. And some decrescendos. So it starts loud and it kind of goes down. And just like a nice swell. And you can see the graphic that is kind of showing you that envelope, and you can adjust that some. And then we've got, they've got a lot of key switches here. They've got a lot of articulations that they're covering. The decrescendo, it starts real hard. And a sforzando, that's A sharp 1. Yeah, okay, so A sharp 1, let's find it. Yeah, here we go. So it hits and it goes down and swells back up. So a lot of expression. And then just a regular arc swell. So you can program these, or you can perform those with the key switches. Now these are, this is the polyphonic, so you can play more than one note. And that is the main articulations, and then we can get over into the true legato. So these kind of connect the the notes together a little bit more. Now let me see. I think there is, David, I think there is reverb here. So we've got the space that puts this in, and let's see. Yeah, so this is all the way down. So this is totally dry, and you can hear how dry this is. Very dry, but that's good sometimes because you're not competing with the room. And you've got this stage position where you can sort of position the player inside of the 3D space here. It's like a little two-dimensional mixer. And you've got algorithmic reverb and convolution reverbs. So you just click on that and it goes to convolution now. So now we've got the cathedral. Now let me turn that reverb off. Very in your face when when it's just exposed like that. It's very exposed, and so when it'll just sit. And I'm going to see if we can try something with that later. So let's go back to the main. So you've got the soft legato and the loud legato. Oh, I've got the arpeggiator turned on. Let's turn that back off. And let's find the key switches here. Da-da-da-dum. There we go. So the soft, and you can switch to the loud. So you get two different main dynamic ranges, the P, the soft, and the loud. You can hear a little bit more attack on the front end. And then you've got the glissando. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. And you can kind of play with that response as well. And then you've got the Sordino. Let's go back to the space and go to, let's go to the forest. That's kind of cool. I like Sordinos some because it takes the harshness away. And it makes it real emotional, real close. So that's Violin 1. And I think it's kind of nice that they've given us two totally different violins. So let me just drag Violin 2 in. And let's listen to the differences. That is what is so interesting about strings and orchestras in general, because you have so many players, they're all playing something a little bit different, but when you put them together, it just creates something so beautiful. So this is the second violin, and let's take a listen. And I find that this second violin has a little more emotion in it, a little more vibrato. Little more vibrato in there. So let me do this. What I want to do, I want to lay a track down of just some strings and then play the solo on top so we can kind of hear what that sounds like. Just kind of improvise something real quick. Here we go. Man. So now I'm going to pull up the second violin in Hyperion, and let's see what we can do with that. And we're going to hear now how this works. Okay, here we go. So now this is the second violin legato. So let's do this. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, you hear how beautiful that fits right in there. Okay, let's put that back on the soft. Yeah. Yeah, you get that going. Yeah, so that is a little bit of Hyperion. One other feature that they have, so let's go to the phrases, and this maps individual phrases across the keyboard. And you've got a list of all of them here in these categories, again, with the key switches, and you can just access them through there. Yeah. And so these are performances, and each one has a theme. Each of these slots have a theme, so you've got to go through and learn. Just very emotional. And then let's just choose another one. Let's go light, let's go dark 140 BPM. That's wild. So all different kinds of live performances with that. So that's just a little taste of the solo violins from Hyperion, from Soundiron. Hyperion Strings solo violin. And again, I like the fact they give you two violins. And at first, I wasn't quite sure the sound, but when you have that in with some other strings, and when it's tucked into a nice arrangement, then it just becomes very real and very emotional, really. Yeah.